Hello, Vancouver. We're here today with Pat Gelada for another episode of Hello History.
Hello, History.
And today we're going to talk about a POW camp that was here in Vancouver during World War II. So, Pat, you're saying that at Pearson Airfield here, we had a POW camp.
Yes, this is the first place they brought the POWs from Europe, was to the hangars and such at Pearson. Then later they built a cantonment farther north, about where Hudson's Bay High School is today.
And about what year was that?
They came here in 42.
42.
There were thousands upon thousands of POWs in Europe and no place to put them, no place to keep them. And here we were just coming into the war, and we had the room for them. So they brought, there were a couple hundred Italian prisoners of war first.
So it was Italians who were here?
First. They were so happy to be out of the war. They didn't care for the Nazis at all. And here they were. And they hated our food, though.
Really?
Oh, our food was not to their... Corn on the cob, blech.
No.
The worst was pumpkin pie. That just went straight into the garbage without even being sliced.
Fantastic. So what did they do?
What did they do? We sat down with their officers, with our officers, and Geneva Convention, they had been getting the same food our GIs were getting. So they said, look, just give us some flour and some oil, tomatoes. We'll make our own stuff.
Okay.
And pretty soon these wonderful aromas came floating out of the POW mess.
Huh.
And the soldiers, American soldiers, always being one to take advantage of a situation, found out that if they did a favor for a POW, they would be invited to dinner. Pretty soon the POWs aren't doing much except cooking, and our guys are eating well. And they said, if we charged 50 cents, we'd have enough to get wine.
Excellent.
Which is what they did.
And so it sort of became like Vancouver's first Italian restaurant.
First Italian restaurant, with the real thing being here. And they would escape.
They'd escape?
Escape a lot. A lot. Usually on Friday evenings.
Interesting.
And they would escape and go to the USO, which was just over on West Reserve.
Okay.
And have a dance, talk to girls, have a Coke. And the MPs would come, gather them up, and as punishment, they were taken to Camp Bonneville.
Okay. And what did they do there?
Well, a lot of them were stonemasons, and they taught other prisoners to be stonemasons, and all of the fireplaces, barbecues, everything like that at Camp Bonneville was made by POWs from our camp.
Wow.
Then, of course, in 1943, Italy surrendered and switched sides, came in on our side.
Right.
Now, they're not POWs anymore.
So
they're co-belligerents.
Co-belligerents.
Or non-combatant aliens.
Okay.
Yeah, so they could get a job. Now, under the Geneva Convention, they could not work as POWs. They could not work in defense work.
Okay.
But as non-combatant aliens, they could, so a lot of them went to work at the shipyard.
Oh.
And we had a labor shortage. Our guys are off and gone to war. And they went to work on farms, just basically around. Everybody knew them. They were nice young men.
They were the Italians.
And they were good looking. I have seen one photograph of the POWs, and that was a group photograph, kind of looking like a high school class picture with their dogs. I counted 2 dogs. And that was in the Grant House Museum collection, when the Grant House was a museum. And it disappeared somewhere in the moving, and I have no idea. If anyone knows where that photograph is, I would love to see it again.
Absolutely. Well, Pat, thank you so much for joining us and telling us about the POW camp that held Italians and then Germans here in Vancouver during World War II.
Thank you. It was fun.
We'll see you next time.